Hey everybody, this is the Perch Show, and I am the recipient of untold riches. In this case, sponsorship opportunities. They come daily now, so often. I mean, I'm rolling in cash. I'm just so happy at all the amazing sponsors that are coming out to the Perch Show. Only the best of the best. And here's the latest one, and I want to share it all with you. Here we go. This one says co-op. Okay, simple subject for a simple project. Let's see what it says. It says, hello, we want to order advertising from you. I am the advertising manager of Nifty Gateway. Nifty Gateway is the premier NFT marketplace for beginners, experts, and everyone in between, without the hassle of gas fees and failed transactions. Gas fees? Okay. How much does integration into your video cost? 45 seconds. For 45 seconds? $8,000. That's what I'm going to charge. All right, let's see what else this offer said. It says, we won't ask you to download strange files because I am the real advertising manager of Nifty Gateway. Gotta say, that's a weird way of putting that. Now I kind of wonder what strange files you're going to send me. We won't ask you to download strange files. Okay, just regular styles, but I can trust you because, as you say, you are the real advertising manager of Nifty Gateway. I noticed in the first time you spelled Nifty Gateway, and the second, you capitalize the N and the G, which is proper kind of brand capitalization. But in the last one, when you said you're the real advertising of Nifty Gateway, you only capitalize the N, not the G. And I'm wondering if you're trying to send me a sneaky message, like we'll pay you lots of G's, huh? Pay attention to the G's. You will get G's of cash money if you advertise for Nifty Gateway. So I absolutely will. And I'll give you a sample of that. It goes, hey there, my name is Perch, and as you know, you can trust everything I say. And if you're making an NFT, maybe you're making an emoji, maybe you're making an emoji of poop, maybe you're making an emoji with rainbows. Any of those are possible with NFT Nifty Gateway, the NFT generation service where you will not be charged gas fees, which is pretty amazing. So if you want to make an NFT of, say, an emoji with a unicorn horn, or an emoji smiling, or maybe an emoji vomiting cash, NFT Nifty Gateway is your source, your only option. Use it, you son of a bitch. There you go. All right, anyway, on to mail from real people. Let's see. This says, a viewpoint from someone who wants to like Batman. All right. Holy crap, this is a long mail. Okay, well, let's Jesus, I don't even know if I can read all this, but it's well thought. It looks like you put some thought into it. I'm going to skip your name and we'll get right to the mail. It says, your videos are some of the least biased and most heartfelt videos on YouTube, and I appreciate them. They're also some of the worst produced and with the poorest quality, but thank you. While I doubt I will have the pleasure of seeing this as a video, I hope it at least gives you an insight as to why some of us cannot like Batman for your video on why Batman will not simply kill the Joker, and did not sit well with me, not only because I personally did not agree, but because it seemed to be one of the few videos where you seem to simply dislike and dismiss those who cannot overlook this, keeping us able from enjoying Batman. All right? While most of your points in the video were valid, they are not as black and white for the following reasons I was able to break down after an evening of trying to analyze my thoughts and feelings in a logical, pragmatic, and fact-based manner as you do in your videos, which come together quite grimly. Starting to think I'm being trolled. Right. Okay. The intensity, here are the reasons, bulleted list. The intensity, Batman does not exist in a bubble. Well, unless he's trapped in a bubble, like from an evil Aquaman. Anyway, Batman's rogue gallery and narrow hunting grounds make it impossible for Batman to be like other villains. Okay? All right. First, intensity. I do not believe it is a reach to say that Batman in Gotham City could easily be ported into the Spawn universe and not much would change. I mean, the big thing would change is Todd would be getting all that money. That's what would change. Anyway, you are right, though. They're doing a Spawn Batman team up, like the third one. So, yeah, the universes overlap, for sure. As a Superman and Green Lantern fan since childhood, I have seen that while comics as a whole have become more explicitly graphic in depiction and the detailed display of villain crimes, often to visually shocking levels. However, Batman comics have been significantly more so, And as DC Comics as a whole grew darker and more edgy, Batman has been kept a step or three ahead of this in the department without being downright ghoulish. The amount of human beings being dissected, families butchered, and children and parents cry as if they watched their... Is this comic Nicks? No, I mean, no offense. But you're going all in on... I mean, good Lord. I'm going to just fast forward here a little bit, but you're going a lot into mutilation, crippling, snuggle struggled. Okay. All right. We'll get to the end. It makes it harder to merely shrug off Batman happily shoving them all in Arkham for the 1,345th time, knowing they will do it all again next week, for him to selfishly feel smugly superior to them and the other heroes. Which leads to the other factor. Batman exists in a multiverse with many other heroes who can keep people safe and make their part of the world better. Superman makes Metropolis a place we in the real world would not mind living in. So does Wonder Woman. And so do many B, C, and even D-level superheroes, far less capable than Batman. Except, Green Lantern gets his entire city blown up. But sorry, anyway. Yet you would struggle to convince any but the most hardcore Batman or Joker Harley fans to agree to permanently be transported to Gotham City, even at gunpoint, because you know a bullet in the head would likely be a nicer evening than the one you as a regular citizen in Gotham would. Okay. All right, I get your point. All right. Let's see. This is a very long mail. I'm taking this seriously, but you first of all, you really veer into talking about brutal, gruesome murders and horrors in Gotham. I get it. It's terrible. But we'll skip kind of to the end here. It says, at the end, Bruce sat down and admitted he had done nothing to make Gotham better. Okay? So to stop the horrors in Gotham. Personally, I suspect with all gruesome murders every week in Gotham, by sheer numbers alone, the city should probably be depopulated by now. Growing up in DC Comics changed my life. I will not bore you with my life story, but coming across my first Superman comic book at small age changed my life for the better. From a very dark place as a child and without a father, Superman, in particular, inspired me, imprinted on me, and led to many of the morals I hold dear today. This year, my daughter told me, I wish all kids had daddies as moral and gentlemanly as you. That's awesome. Good for you. I smiled and hugged her. Remember my childhood long-haired Superman. Why are you remembering that? Mullet Superman. It's a bitter memory. Anyway. However, some of us do care to see our heroes being heroes, and it is just not possible for us to reconcile Batman as a true hero versus an utterly selfish failure as one. While I'm certain there are legitimate haters out there, and your comments on Man-Child's argument about who imaginary friend is cooler, I hope you at least briefly consider what I have written down and possibly not dismiss this criticism so easily when you hear it. I don't dismiss it. No. Okay. So I'm not even sure. So I get your point, right? But the reality is a lot of people view Batman in different ways. So there's a couple different ways you can view Batman. You could say, hey, Batman should have killed the Joker and put a permanent solution to this because, then he would have saved all these lives, and he's basically accepting that Gotham is a miserable shithole because of his inability to take action. Okay, I get it. At the same time, you could also say Batman has to have a higher standard, has to have higher morals, so he can't kill a Joker, because if he did, then he'd be admitting that, brutal violence is the only answer to things, and it's not. I think that overall, if I'm thinking about kind of, Batman and what happens there, first off, a number of things to recognize. As you point out, it is a multiverse, and there are lots of DC heroes. If Superman is protected of the world, Superman's not the protector of Metropolis. He doesn't stand for truth, justice, and the American way anymore. He stands for truth, justice, and a better tomorrow. Superman could fly into Gotham and just with his old heat vision laser up the majority of Batman's rogues gallery anytime he wants. So if Batman's not killing him, well, neither is Superman. The Flash can just zip right in there to Gotham and grab the Joker's hand and drag him across several states and also put an end to that. So pretty much all the heroes, Green Lantern could, all the heroes could take care of this problem, and they're not. So if Batman's culpable, so are they. The Justice League is the Justice League of America. Gotham is in America, so that falls under all of their jurisdictions. So in reality, they're all kind of failing where that's concerned. The other thing I guess I might say is if Batman is clearly one of the brightest superheroes, knows how to do everything, super genius superhero, you do wonder why Batman's like, well, I'm just going to drop this villain back off in Arkham, the prison that has like a revolving door of escapes. You would think that Batman would have like gone over to the Gotham Police Department, his Bruce Wayne identity and everything else, and say, you know what, fuck these children. We're not going to do a Bruce Wayne child for orphans. We're going to build a prison that actually holds these guys and doesn't let them go, rather than kind of locking them up in a 18th century crumbly castle sanatorium kind of place where it feels like if Killer Croc really breathed hard on the brick wall, the whole thing would come down. I mean, maybe that. I mean, it's hard for me to reconcile Batman being clever when he keeps taking people to the same shitty prison that everybody breaks out in. That's my problem. That's my thing that I can't pull together. I think that I don't know. From your mail, it sounds like, and maybe I'm not getting it, that you believe that Batman should kill the Joker, and he's allowing this city to be terrible and people to die by not doing it, and that's a problem. I mean, sure. Again, you could look at it that way, but then I think you got to extend that same logic to all the heroes in DC. Or maybe I've got you completely wrong, and you're saying Batman can never kill. In which case, I like I said in the other video, I do think that Batman can't kill in the sense that is his moral code. That's what the character stands for. That's how the character's been written. And so if you have him suddenly start killing people, then it opens up Pandora's box. You can't call him a hero anymore. But, and it's a big but with an underline under it, if you're going to claim that Batman is super smart, super wealthy, got the Fox family on his side, all the rest, then you do have to ask yourself, why hasn't Batman fixed the prison? Because the prison sucks. And, that to me defies belief that this is continuing to go on. Anyway, that's my feelings on the matter. I think you got to go kind of one way or the other. Or I guess your option C is just trying to, suspend your, disbelief and don't worry about it. And, be fine. That's kind of the other way to look at it. Chances are, I mean, it's comics, and hell, they're having trouble with any kind of continuity. I just think, if you really want Batman to be clever and you don't want him to kill anyone, then you probably need to have him, make a better prison. And I think they've done a Batman storyline where he did, or maybe, I don't know, but I seem to recall that Batman helped construct a better prison. And there was Arkham Tower as well. But anyway, why do you keep... They build these things so crappy that even if Batman built a better prison and somebody broke out of it, a good superhero, so Batman gives up after one attempt, like, well, I guess I can't solve this problem. Take him back to the moldy old, crumbly castle where shit's like just fall, the windows are falling out of their, joists. I don't know. Anyway, I hope I answered your question, but I'll be honest, I'm not sure. So if you want to write back, I'm happy to. Definitely will take your argument seriously, and I think arguing about this stuff isn't a man-child activity. No, I mean this is a comics, man. So we talk about. Anyway, thanks for listening.